So hi, I'm Josh. I'm the Senior Community Manager for FutureLab, the developers of PowerWash Simulator.
Josh, where did the idea for this game originally come from?
Okay, so there is a story behind it. So our directors, Kirsty and James, are having a Blue Skies Day, which is like just coming up with ideas, like spitballing. And they're thinking about doing a first-person shooter game and how to do that like maybe more simply. And then Kirsty was browsing a Reddit called Our Power Washing Porn. And then there was like almost like a light bulb eureka moment where they were like, we have to make a power washing first-person shooter game. And then a little while later, we got a prototype together, and then it got into early access, and it's gone really well.
So talk about the reception, because when this game came out, it kind of hit social media by storm. Look, you got to check out Power Washing Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, we were absolutely blown away by the overwhelmingly positive reception, and like every time we just count our blessings, like to be at 97% on Steam is just incredible. It's like you have to pinch yourself to be like, oh, it's really happening. But I think we knew in the back of our heads people would love power washing, and through early access we've had such positive feedback and we've had such an active community that we've been able to and been blessed with the fact that we can make the game better and know exactly what people want and don't want. But yeah, it's been amazing.
You talk about how you developed a relationship with Square Enix.
So Square Enix Collective is the indie publishing division, and they basically just help us out. We've retained the IP ownership, and yeah, they're just awesome. They just support us to do what we want to do and let us get on with it, with developing.
Is there any plans for like a peripheral for this game? Because I feel like it would lend itself so well with an actual peripheral you can attach to your computer or your controller or whatnot.
I mean, there's no plans right now. I guess the closest thing you can do is use a Steam Deck and use the gyro controls, I guess, is like the way you can sort of have a go with it. I've tried it myself, but it's, there's no plans. There's no plans at the moment.
So like, this game seems like it would really cater well to VR. Do you have any plans? Did you guys talk about that in development cycle at all?
No, we haven't got any plans right now, but...
Game development's hard enough, and you want to throw VR at you now? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, who knows in the future, but there's no plans right now. We're just focused on launching July 14th on Xbox X, S, One, and PC platforms.
Now, would this game make you a better power washer in real life?
I think, so I've power washed in real life, and I think, I obviously have power washed before Power Wash Simulator, but if you hadn't power washed in real life, it would give you the base skills, but we say like the game is sort of like 60% serious, 40% silly. The silly is like in the levels and like the objects you're cleaning, and some of like getting rid of like splashback, grime like coming back on you, like getting really sweaty. Like the game just focuses on the super satisfying nature of power washing and like trying to get those like clean to dirty contrast that you get in like cleaning TikToks or like clean talks or things like that.
You took out the work aspect and just kept the fun aspect of it.
Yeah, a lot of people say, oh, is this just a work simulator? Why would you play a work simulator? I always just see it like it's not really work, like it's more of a satisfaction simulator. Like it's about that sort of like completion, that dirty to clean, and then also during the game, everything's split into objects. And if you complete that object, it will ding, like give you a little like audio and like a little flash, and then there's a little bit of an endorphin boost every time that happens.
I feel like people need that in real life at their real life jobs, like a satisfying ding, like you did a good job, and then like a thumbs up every now and then.
We get so many people on social media like, why isn't things dinging? I've been power washing in my backyard, or like I really wish I cleaned my room and there was some dings when I was putting things away. Because yeah, I think it's an enhancement.
Kind of talk about like we talked about the reception a little bit when you first announced it and we saw some gameplay. Has that been making your job more difficult because of the huge reception when something comes out, like almost unexpected amount of hype? I think in our case, like the community, I think probably partly because of the type of game it is so positive and so constructive. It's very easy to see what they want, so it's actually been more constructive for us and just helped us guide where exactly things were going well or how we could like enhance things. So for example, in early access, in one of the most recent patches, a while ago we did a map survey where about 3,000 people were giving us like their feedback on the maps, and we got a good idea of like how much time somebody wanted to spend until they got a ding, or like what sort of surfaces and what sort of colors they liked. And then we went back and went through a lot of the old levels, made them more colorful, made them more accurate, so that when you get to like the last bit of dirt, it ding at that point rather than go too soon or too late, or like you're dirt hunting. And like, and honestly, like the feedback and the community have just been instrumental in helping us with development, not at all the other way. You mentioned a lot of the environments are different than your standard power washing, like, real life simulator where you're doing houses, sidewalks, business buildings. Like we have a playground right here in the background. Talk about what went into the different level designs of the game.
Yeah, so it's There is sort of because the story of the game, there's a career mode, there's a whole story mode going on. We had a writer before we started designing the actual levels write a whole narrative, and all the levels in the current career mode all slot into that. And it starts out kind of normal, but there's some weird things going on, like there's a volcano in the background smoking, and then there's mare cats missing, and the mare's a bit dodgy. But then it goes from normal things, so there are houses and there's cars and things, and then it gets a bit more wacky and a bit more wacky and a bit more wacky, and then you're cleaning massive statues, you're cleaning like Ferris wheels that you can turn on and off and move, and there isn't really a limit to what you can clean, and there's some more cool stuff coming too.
You guys are in early access now. When are you launching on consoles?
Yeah, so it's July 14th on Xbox Series X, S, 1, and then it will also come to PC and Windows 10.
Because I have to ask, any plans for Nintendo Switch?
There's no plans right now. We're just focused on Xbox and PC.
And where can people go to support your game and get updates and stuff like that?
So at the moment, I guess most of the stuff coming out is in devlog. So we do a weekly devlog on the Steam site. And if you do want to look at our development cycle, see how we've progressed to early access, it's documented weekly. So you can see pretty much exactly what's going on. And we really like to put our devs on the forefront. And there's quotes from the devs and basically what they've done on a level or what they've done on anything, like a piece of thing. How did they split this up in dirt? How did they make this most satisfying cleaning experience possible?